Hi, Dr. Pelto here. I want to go over today the 3 life hacks of highly productive podiatrists. Kind of reminds me of the what do they call it? The highly effective people, right? So I just stole that from highly productive podiatrists. But let's get into this. These are hacks that work for me, and I want to bring up some of these thoughts. These are from different books that I find beneficial. So invest in what you want to improve. I know this sounds really simplistic. Invest in something we call your future self. If you like to read any of the same books, this is by Ben Hardy. He talks about a future self. So where you want to go future, you need to invest in that. Let me give you an example of things that you can invest in your future self. I want to read. I want to be a reader. I want to read books. So I've paid for 2 credits on Audible for my future. So I get 2 credits every month. So it makes me listen to 2 books every month. I want to listen to business books. Those are what I listen to. Those are where I get the ideas for talking about different ideas for podiatry practice mastery. So investing in your future self, such as 2 credits in the gym with Audible. Another thing I invest is in boot camps. So I go to boot camps and I pay, I think it's about $100 a month, $120 a month. And I do 2 of them. I do them on Mondays and Fridays. And that's really helped me. But the really good thing is I have to sign up for them. And if I miss, they charge me another $20. So investing in yourself and even having almost like a reprimand if you don't do it, that is the benefit. And actually, that's the reason why I'm starting to charge for the 30-day practice blueprint, because when people got it for free, no one really looked at the stuff. And now as I charge, people are going to look at it, because what we pay for, we pay attention to. That's one of the disservices of doing videos like this, is that many people don't realize the value. So you look at this and you say, oh, I've heard of this, versus like, how good am I at doing these things? A third thing is strategic coach. So I pay, it keeps going up. They're really good. They just keep bumping my rate up every year by about $500. But I pay, so for strategic coach, I pay $8,000 a year. I'm out of the office 4 times a year, and I fly to Toronto 4 times a year for this coaching opportunity. Once again, it's investing in my future self. It's getting in a room with other people that are high level thinkers. And I pay for that privilege, and it gets me away from my office in a way, and I can think about other things. So I would ask, like, where can you invest in yourself? For example, if you wanted to be the best at MIS, you're going to go to these conferences at MIS. If you want to be the best at orthotics, you're going to go to biomechanics and orthotics. Or you're going to spend time out of your office talking to other people that work with biomechanics. If you want to do shockwave, once again, I like shockwave. There's going to have a shockwave course in Boston coming up, and I'm going to be going to that. I'm investing. You don't get CME from that, but you're going to be better at that. Or can you even get a coach that can help you whatever you're wanting to improve in your life? An accountability partner or a coach, those are 2 things. Accountability partner is free. So getting a friend that you can talk to. I have one friend, Andre, that I talk to once a month, and we run ideas by each other. We block our time in our schedules, and we have this time talking together. I would recommend you doing that, or being part of getting a coach within Podiatry Practice Mastery. If you go there, there's going to be a couple of opportunities. One's going to be a mastermind of high-level thinkers, a group, and there's going to be another group for more, just kind of an elite group of people that are wanting to learn more. So if you want to learn more about that, go to Podiatry Practice Mastery, and when it opens up, it will be there. Okay, so I think these are things. It's good to pay for these things because it helps more. If you get it for free, you don't value it. Okay. Second thing is simplify by elimination and reduction. I'm a big elimination person. I like to throw everything else out and reduce things. Let me give you some examples. Before I talk about this, there is a good book on the life-changing art of tidying up. It's a great book. If you haven't read it, get it on Audible, read it, and throw out everything that doesn't spark joy. So if there are things in your office that don't spark joy, or things in your life that don't spark joy, get rid of it. Email, simplifying and elimination. I do email once a day for about 15 minutes. On days I'm doing other things, I just don't do email. Once again, email is other people's preferences and other people's wants of your time, but you really have to invest in yourself. So I will always do videos first. If I'm doing a video or interview, that takes precedent because it's something that I enjoy more, and it gives me more value. A phone, I leave it in my backpack. I have it turned off. I don't answer it. I don't leave it with me in the treatment room. If someone needs to get a hold of me, they'll call. Just kind of imagine it. You're in a day of surgery. Just leave it off. I think turning it off or leaving it off is the best way, turning off all notifications and then just looking at it after work. You may say, but everyone tries to get a hold of me. Well, it's because you've trained them to get a hold of you that way. It's because of the way we've trained them. You can train people just as well. And people know that I'll answer their calls usually around 12:30. I check it at noontime and at the end of the day for phone. Another thing is social media, stopping or block your time. So meaning if you need to do a social media because you like it, pick a certain time to do it. Do lunchtime or do at the end of the daytime. Don't do in the beginning of the daytime. Don't do first thing, get to work, check your email, check your social media. It just kind of throws you for a loop. Try to write down a few things that you want to do for the day and keep those kind of working. Whatever you're going to produce, like producing YouTube content or blog content or being some type of thing that you're going to produce that's going to give you some type of value. And then also eating. This is my own personal thing. I'm into reducing and simplifying. I like to do one meal a day. That's what OMD is. So I do one meal a day. I've been doing that Monday through Friday for about 2 or 3 years now. It makes it just simplifies life. I don't eat breakfast. I drink coffee for breakfast, a coffee at lunch, and then I just eat dinner. It's a good way to lose weight. It gives you more energy. It's called intermittent fasting. And also just repeating the meals that you like. I think that's an easier way to simplify things. Having your meals that you eat Monday through Friday, repeating them, doing the same meal twice, or having your little set meals just makes it a lot easier. Or even having someone deliver meals is even an easier way. And then finally, blocking time. I'm a really big believer of block time and something called habit stacking. So those are the two things. Habit stacking is not my idea. It's an idea by the book about habits, Atomic Habits. So a couple of ways of blocking your time. I like to use something like Calendly, which is automatically goes into my calendar. When I do webinars, people can sign up. So let's say I pick a day once a month to do a webinar and people can fill it up. I can get 50 or 60 patients into a webinar and I can talk about a certain topic. And then I can reuse that content. When I do a webinar, then we can use that to train our staff. Okay. Also, when I do interviews or even when I'm recording these videos, I have this time blocked into my calendar so nothing else can go in during that time. So I have recording time, which is Tuesday afternoons, and interviews, which are Wednesdays and Thursday. These are both during my lunch hours. And then webinars usually like 6 o'clock on a Wednesday. Those are the days when I do webinars with the other doctors in the practice. Like I said, recording time. So block these times for things that are important for you. Block it. If you want to get better at marketing or read a marketing book, block time for you to read and learn about this. If you want to do, for example, the 30-day practice blueprint, I find you have to get through it. You have to have time to do it. You have to have time to think about it. Many times we're so busy and just filling it with the fluff, you don't have time to get through what's really important. So if you want to read a book, take that time and block it. Your time in your car or whatever time you want to do, use that. I think that's very, very important. And then finally, using a virtual assistant. This is what's really helped me out. I have a virtual assistant that helps me do a lot of these other types of things. You can have even your own assistant, but meeting with them weekly to kind of look at what they've done, things that you don't need to do, they can do. So I have someone that books my flights for me. Her name is Sally. So I do a lot of traveling. So she books all my flights. I have a virtual assistant that does all my, sends out the emails for Podiatry Practice Mastery, uploads all the YouTube videos, does all of the things within Kajabi, which is the website that hosts those. So it's helpful to have a virtual assistant that can do a lot of these resources, or you can use someone like on Fiverr, where you can pay for different tasks. Okay, so those are the life hacks for productive podiatrists. Once again, put your comments underneath it. I'd love to know what you think. And if you want to learn more, I'm going to put a little link here to Podiatry Practice Mastery. You can learn many of these topics I'm talking about in the 30-day practice blueprint in much more depth, and also makes your life better. If you want to ask any questions, please reach out to me. I'd love to chat with you. Okay, thanks, guys.